Hello, quiz adventurers! In this episode, we've lined up 5 exciting new destinations. We will give you a series of clues about each location. Remember, the first clue will be a little tricky for 10 points. And as they get easier, the points will decrease. The quicker you can guess, the more points you can bag. It's all about speed and wits. So, are you ready for this adventure? Let's dive right in and get started. Let's see how quickly you can guess these locations. Here comes the question for 10 points. For 10 points. This city's epithet, the City of Light, is not only due to its role in the Age of Enlightenment, but also because it was one of the first cities in the world to have street lighting. Here comes the question for 8 points. For 8 points. Home to more than 2 million people, it is renowned for its urban flair, cafe culture, and designer boutiques. Here comes the question for 6 points. For 6 points. You would find a painting of a woman with a mysterious smile, known as the Mona Lisa, housed in a museum here. Here comes the question for 4 points. For 4 points. This city boasts an iron tower that was once the tallest man-made structure in the world. Here comes the question for 2 points. For 2 points. The city is often referred to as the City of Love and Romance, making it a popular destination for lovers worldwide. Did you know the answer? Paris! Here comes the question for 10 points. For 10 points. This city is located on the banks and islands of the Nile River in the northeastern part of its country. Here comes the question for 8 points. For 8 points. It's famous for a nearby plateau that houses a trio of pyramidal structures. Here comes the question for 6 points. For 6 points. It is known as the City of 1,000 Minarets for its abundance of Islamic architecture. Here comes the question for 4 points. For 4 points. The largest city in the Arab world, this city was founded in AD 969. Here comes the question for 2 points. For 2 points. Its famous museum is home to an extensive collection of ancient Egyptian antiquities. Did you know the answer? Cairo! Here comes the question for 10 points. For 10 points. Its original inhabitants were the Lenape, an Algonquin people who hunted, fished, and farmed in the area between the Hudson and Delaware rivers. Here comes the question for 8 points. For 8 points. The city is a conglomeration of 5 boroughs, each exhibiting its own lifestyle. Here comes the question for 6 points. For 6 points. Home to a street known as the financial capital of the world. Here comes the question for 4 points. For 4 points. You can find a park over 1.3 square miles right in the heart of this bustling city. Here comes the question for 2 points. For 2 points. This city's most iconic green lady holds a torch high in the sky. Did you know the answer? New York City. Here comes the question for 10 points. For 10 points. This city's landscape dramatically merges mountains, sea, and densely populated urban area together. Here comes the question for 8 points. For 8 points. It was the capital of Brazil for nearly 2 centuries from 1763 to 1960. Here comes the question for 6 points. For 6 points. The city is renowned for an annual celebration that features parade floats, flamboyant costumes, and samba dancers. Here comes the question for 4 points. For 4 points. Here, you'll find an iconic statue of Christ the Redeemer atop the Corcovado Mountain. Here comes the question for 2 points. For 2 points. This city's sun-drenched coastline includes Copacabana and Ipanema, 2 of the world's most famous beaches. Did you know the answer? Rio de Janeiro. Here comes the question for 10 points. For 10 points. This city, located on the western coast of its country, was originally a group of 7 islands. Here comes the question for 8 points. For 8 points. It is the financial and commercial capital of its country, housing important financial institutions such as the Reserve Bank. Here comes the question for 6 points. For 6 points. This city is the center of the Bollywood film industry, producing hundreds of films every year. Here comes the question for 4 points. For 4 points. It is home to 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the Elephanta Caves, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, and the city's distinctive ensemble of Victorian and Art Deco buildings. Here comes the question for 2 points. For 2 points. The city also hosts the world's largest open-air laundry known as Dhobi Ghat. Did you know the answer? Mumbai. All right, that brings us to the end of this exciting journey. I hope you had a great time traveling around the world with us today. Keep count of your score and drop it in the comments below. We'd love to see how you did. Remember, the world is full of wonderful places to discover and explore. Keep traveling, keep learning, and above all, keep having fun with Quiz Ventures. Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and we'll see you again soon on the next one. Safe travels, Quiz Adventurers!